live streaming to the different Facebook pages on our social media accounts, including po yung Archdiocese of Caceres. We are from DTI Camarines Sur. We are from Bishop Francisco Gainza Facebook page, and also through the Naga City Government Facebook page.
Siyempre, wag natin kalimutan ang page ng Caritas Caceres.
Yes, included din po sa mga negosyo center Facebook pages natin. Live na live po tayo. So sana tulungan niyo po kami to share the good news of BFGTF ngayong hapon by clicking that share button. Wow.
Yes, para marami nang makaalam
Yes,
at maraming
tama po.
pupunta dito this coming September.
Yes, that is correct. And with that, ma'am, para naman po batiin ang ating mga guests for this afternoon.
Yes, to acknowledge the participants of our press conference, may we call on the Director of the Caceres Commission on Communication, Reverend Father Luisito Ocsiano.
A round of applause, please.
Good afternoon, my dear friends, supporters, and benefactors, friends of Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair. I would like to acknowledge the presence of our participants here. Of course, we have our mall manager of the Robinsons Mall, Ma'am Tin Dakiwag. Thank you. The president, my good friend, the president of Camarines Sur Chamber of Commerce. Ang idol ko po, si Sir Simon D. And of course, ang kairiban niya po ng mga members kang chamber, nandyan si Ninang Ani, Sir Engineer Adriel, si Jojo, si Sarah, ay. Of course, isa pang mga yaon sa chamber. Di ko po lilingawan dapat ang pinakainot, the representative of our dear Archbishop, our very dear, very Reverend Father Wilfred Almoneda, our Vicar General. Thank you, Father. At yan po yung kikiulay sa Satuya, ang pinaka-chair kang Project Director of the Bishop Francisco Gainza, Father Mark Rial. Ang mga padi po na yaon digdi, I would like to acknowledge si Father Roldan Tordilla, who is the chairperson of the site management. Tapos ang bagong padi, si Father Dexter Peñaflor sa formation, events. Of course, the Assistant Director of the Bishop Gainza Trade Fair, the Assistant Director of CASAFI, of Caritas Caceres, Father Erwin Bismonte, the Parish Priest also of St. Francis Assisi. Isa pang padi na hindi ko pa nahiling. Of course, our members of the working committees, dahil ko na po kamo sasaro-saroon, men and women of Tangerine. Dahil ko aram kung anong brand and product ang sa indong piga i-endorse. Okay, so I would like to start off with, of course, ang satuyang sa DA, I don't have the name, sorry. Ma'am, I am asking for your apology. Ma'am Nene Losa. Thank you, ma'am. Dahil po kaya sa ko provide ang pangaran mo, sorry. Isa pa po ang kairibata sa mga partners. Now I will now start off with the media, with our media guest here. From RPN, DCKI, hali pa po ini sa Iriga, Miss Glenda Biaris. Ma'am Glenda. Thank you. From Sisicom, Radyo Caritas Marie, Miss Crisel Dionisio. Thank you, Ma'am Crisel. From MBC, RNFM, Jolly Atoli. So representing also the Pecuaria Cooperative. From Partido, ang kababayan ko po, duman sa San Jose. Kagawad Audi Consina from Radyo Partido. Of course, ang mga veteranong broadcaster kang BBS, DWLB, Oscar Esmenda, Sir Oka. Ang saruman pong veteranong broadcaster kang Asintado, Roy San Ramon. From 99.1 Love Radio, Ace Christian Tapan. Thank you. Of course, kaibahan niya po si Tin. Hindi ko na ang apelyido mo, Tin. Sorry. Okay. Of course, from Brigada Naga, Albert Mabante. Sir Albert, thank you for coming. From GMA, Kapuso, Roden Borebor Sikal. Thank you, Sir Roden, for coming. And of course, ang satuya pong team, kang live streaming team, yaon si Dadoy, si Melvin, saka si Tupe. Palakpakan naman po ang satuyang kairiba sa Sisicom. So, of course, nahuri po si Father Conrad from Radyo Caritas. Thank you for coming. So, na po siguro akong lampasan. So, I would like to welcome you to our press conference and launching of the Bishop Gainza Trade Fair 2023. Diyos mabalos po sa Indogapos.
Thank you, Father Louis. Father Louis is also the chair of the promotions and publicity of the BFGTF.
And of course, yan, bumabawi si Father Louis. Of course, our very own Provincial Director of DTI Camarines Sur, PDJ Percival S. Ablan. Ayan. Good afternoon, Sir Jay. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Together with our OIC Business Development Division Chief, Sir Michael Apiguera. And we have also representative from BP Max. Yan, si Ma'am. Yan. On behalf po of our Presidency, Sir Seth Aguinildo. Yan. Thank you very much po. And with that, Ma'am Maricel.
Kahit nakalimutan, pero nandyan pa rin to give us the opening remarks. Let us call the Provincial Director of the Department of Trade and Industry, Mr. J. Percival Ablan.
Thank you, G-Man and Maricel. Sabi ko, sa'yo na ko mataram, duman o digdi. Anyway, good afternoon. First, I would like to greet a very good afternoon. Father Joseph Wilfred Almoneda, the Vicar General of Archdiocese of Caceres. Of course, the Chairman of the Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair, Father Mark Rial, Father Louis, Father Erwin, Father Dex, Father Tords, nakusay pa, Father Conrad, sasaro-saroon ko man ano. And of course, the President of the Cancer Chamber, Mr. Simon D., and the rest of the very, very, very supportive members and officers of the Cancer Chamber. Taas ang kamay. Yan. And of course, Ma'am Nenny Losa, pwede ko bang sabihin na for the time being, our Regional Executive Director, the Chief of AMAD, Department of Agriculture, Region 5, and of course, yung mga, sabi ni Father Louis, mga naka-tangerine, parang mga taga-Masbate. That's the favorite color of Masbate. The men and women of Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair. Oh, kaway-kaway. Yan. And of course, yung ating magiging partners, allies in disseminating this good news, our friends from the media. Hello. Thank you for coming over. And of course, the OIC Chief of the Business Development Division of DTI Camsur, Mr. Mike Lapiguera, ayan. Sabi ko, iwan mo muna yung mga gawain mo. Let's join in the press conference. And of course, to everyone, good afternoon. I believe Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair, or BFGTF, is already 13 years old. Correct, Father? So, for 13 years, DTI has been an active, reactive, and proactive ally, partner of the Archdiocese of Caceres and the Caritas Caceres Naga for the implementation of this noble undertaking. Father, 13 years na. It's no joke to maintain, to sustain this partnership. 13 years is no joke. Sabi ko nga, probably, the partnership of DTI and the church is parang inspired by several financing institutions, di ba? Yung Bangko Pilipino, ang sabi ng Bangko Pilipino, subok na matibay, subok na matatag. And talagang yung partnership is really tested kasi whenever there is problems, may mga, lalo na pag mga resources concerns, di ba, Father? BDO, inspired, we find ways. Oh. Kaya sabi ko kay Father, whatever happens, don't worry, Father, kasi para kaming Metrobank, you're in good hands. But kidding aside, whenever there is MSME development, there's always DTI there. Kumbaga, be assured of the support, intervention of DTI whenever we talk or whenever the concern is MSME development or the micro, small, and medium enterprises. So, we know for a fact that trade fair provides market access. So, in this endeavor, we share the same vision of helping, of really doing or making support to provide market access to the micro, small, and medium enterprises. Di ba? I think just recently na-lift na yung pandemic. So, all the more that the government, the private sector, and we're happy that the church is also there with us to really help us propel economic development in this part of the world. All the more that we really have to be united in really perking up the local economic activities. And I believe, di ba, whenever we speak of the business sector, alam mo naman natin na the MSMEs serve as the backbone of the economy because sa population, it is 99.6%. So meaning, if there's really assistance and support accorded to this sector, it will really propel the economic development in this area. So, Father, be assured of the support of DTI, probably even more than 13 years more. Di ba? So, for as long as the commitment is there, the church and the DTI will always be here to really support this endeavor. And, ang experience ko whenever there is a press conference, ang laging tanong ng media, ano bang naiiba? Diba? So, Father, mamaya ko na lang sabihin gano'n, during the press conference. But be assured, there are really a lot of new things that we're going to share or that you're going to experience as we hold or organize or stage the Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair this year. So, hold on and sit back because later on, you'll know what are these new things that we're going to share or what are the new things that will happen in the 2023 BFGTF. So, thank you very much for your presence and support. Good afternoon and just mabalos po.
Thank you very much, PDJ. Yan, so a lot of information has already been given by PDJ. Ano po, pero marami pa rin po yung mga pabitin na ibinigay ni PDJ that you all should look forward later po, especially to our viewers online. Yan, tutok lang po kayo until the end of our press conference. And at this point, for us to have more knowledge about the Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair for this year, let us call the Executive Director of Caritas Caceres and also the Parish Priest of Immaculate Conception Parish in Naga City, Reverend Father Marcel Emmanuel D. P. Rial.
Before I begin with my presentation, allow me to pay respects and I should say I salute Sir Jay. Tapos kanina hindi pa na-mention na-introduce. Actually po, the mother of Sir Jay recently passed away last Saturday. And we extend our condolences on behalf of the entire BFGTF team and I guess kamu pong mga nakakaaram. Kutana da isa mga kaigdi, but he's here with us on this very important occasion of presenting to the media, to the public, our BFGTF 2023. So my dear friends, brothers, sisters, ladies and gentlemen, last year at around this time, this week and month, we were gathered in this very same venue to present the 12th BFGTF, the press con of, or for the Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair 2022. We were excited to announce to the press the return of BFGTF. We'll remember that because of the pandemic, we did not have the trade fair in 2020, and then we had a scaled down BFGTF in 2021. It was last year that we returned and did it big again in this same venue. And today, a year after, here we are again to announce the BFGTF 2023. You see here, this is just a crude logo of last year, because later on we would like to present to you the new logo or promo collateral of BFGTF 2023. Let me first give my greetings first to the very Reverend Father Wilfred Almoneda, the new Vicar General of the Archdiocese, representing Archbishop Rolly. Nagsabi siya na dahil siya pwede because of a very important guest who came. And of course, PDJ Ablan of DTI Kamsur. We have the Ahmad Chief, Ma'am Nene Losa. Ano daw yun? Regional Executive Director ba? Well, sabi this time. And Kamsur Chamber of Commerce President Simon D. Meron pa palang Ramon, si Sir Simon. And the rest of the officials of Kamsur Chamber of Commerce and the rest of the members. We also have the mall manager of Robinson's, Ma'am Tin Dakiwag. Do we have MSMEs present? Yes, thank you. Okay. And of course, the members of the press, our friends in the media, thank you very much for coming. And my colleagues in the BFGTF team. Let me bring you back to the history, although for some of you this is a review. We named this trade fair after the good bishop, Bishop Francisco Gainza. He was the 25th bishop of Caceres, and during his time, he organized a trade fair. Also during the Peña Francia week. That was in 1875. Fast forward, in 2010, during the 300th year anniversary of the devotion to Ina, Our Lady of Peña Francia, the fair was revived, now in his name. So we now have the Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair since 2010 up to now. By PDJ mentioned that we are now on our 13th year. Although if we will count the years, kuta na po, 14th year ta na kuta, but we did not have it in 2020 at the height of the COVID pandemic. So this year, the 13th BFGTF, we will hold it once again here in Robinson's, Naga. And it will be on September 7 to 18. Just like in the past, we hold our opening and the blessing of the trade fair on the day before the Traslacion. The Traslacion this year will be on the 8th of September. So bago pa man mag-arabutan, mga kasiributan, mga pilgrims, we have already opened the BFGTF 2023. And the closing will be on the 18th. This will be this is new because in the past we were always having the closing on the very day of the fiesta, on the Sunday, itong kapiyahan mismo. But this time, it will be held on the Monday, the following day after the fiesta. Sabi ka mga taga-Naga, even the Archbishop himself, gusto ko pa manguta ngayon mag-shop, pero at the time na very busy, and then the following day, na holiday pa man ang Naga, Monday, pero close na pala. So we extended another day. And this time, it will be on the 18th. So we have here in the presentation some of the important dates. All in all, the fair days will be 12 days. So for the MSMEs who have carefully crafted their wares and the shoppers, the buying public, you will be treated to 12 days of socio-economic and religious fanfare at the 13th BFGTF. So we have here the layout of the fair, and this is our tentative layout of our BFGTF here in this very place of the Atrium Robinsons. And we are expecting around 100 exhibitors or MSMEs. And these MSMEs, those who will occupy those booths, will be coming from, mostly from Bicol, City of Naga, Kamsur, our province, and other Bicol provinces, and even as far as Visayas region, Metro Manila, and also Luzon, like Cabanatuan. We have Cabanatuan here. Yan. So we have from our own place here in the Bicol region. We have several from LGUs, MSMEs sponsored by their LGUs, and then from other provinces. And these MSMEs, exhibitors, will be showcasing different products. As you can see, the processed food, handicrafts, wearables, fashion accessories, souvenirs, home furnishings, ornamental plants, organic and natural products, health and wellness services, and agricultural produce. Of course, coming from the Department of Agriculture. Okay. And we have some dates to remember. The important dates, especially for our exhibitors, those who are involved in organizing the BFGTF. On September 6th, signal the opening of the trade fair. Motorcade, September 6th. And likewise, the ingress. There will be an orientation for our exhibitors on that same day. Opening program with the blessing of the Archbishop, and the rest, closing program and egress. But we'll also see the different events. Yan po, yan ang ating mga tentative events during the entire BFGTF days or week. Okay, till the 17th. Okay, I don't need to mention them one by one. It's here in our screen. Okay, the next slide, please. Aside from the events, we have the side events like the raffle and electronic roulette or rouletta. And we hope that these events will give fun to our both exhibitors and the shoppers. In the end, the grand draw, we have the first prize, a 40-inch smart TV. The second prize, the e-bike and the personal refrigerator. For only a 20 peso ticket, you will have a chance to win these prizes. Aside from this press con, we will continue to promote the BFGTF through our promotions and publicity strategies. So we will make use of the print, radio, TV, and social media. So we would like to assure our exhibitors that this event will be well published so that we can get the support of the public so that they can patronize our products. Okay. So we also make use of billboards, streamers in strategic places. For us in the church, we'll be using the different parishes as a venue for these billboards and banners and streamers. As a unique character of our trade fair, we always have that religious dimension of our fair. Since this fair is church organized, we have Ina. Since we believe that the fair is inspired by Ina herself, so kasali si Ina sa ating fair. She has her own booth, the prayer room, and we have prayers in daily prayers, and likewise Mass, especially on the Sunday during the weeks of the fair. And on the day of the Traslación and Fluvial Procession, since we have a big screen, we have the LED wall, so those in the fair will be able to watch what is going on in the Traslación and Fluvial Procession. All this will be possible with the hardworking team of BFGTF, and I wish to introduce our members and officers of this team. Okay, we start with our dear Archbishop as our honorary head, and we have the executive committee with yours truly and PDJ of DTI and Father Erwin Bismonte. You may stand to be recognized. I would like to ask the committees as a group to stand so that you can be recognized. The Secretariat Committee, headed by Ms. Cherry, please stand. Okay. The Site Management and Warehousing Committee, all of you please, headed by Father Roldan Tordilla. We also have Committee on Events. The committee please, headed by Father Dexter Peñaflor. And the Promotions and Publicity Committee, headed by Father Louis. Where are you, Father Louis? Okay. And the Committee on Finance, Food, and Raffle, Father Erwin and the team. And we have the Committee on Religious Affairs and Trainings, headed by Father Jason Gaite, who is celebrating his priestly anniversary and cannot make it here with us. Aside from the members of the organizing committee, of course, we acknowledge our partners and sponsors. We have DTI, our co-organizer. Sabi ni Sir Jay, 13, actually 14 years na lahat ang ating partnership, going strong. Thank you, DTI, Sir Jay, and your staff. And of course, the Department of Agriculture, now represented by the AMAD Chief, Ma'am Nene, as our major sponsor. Your financial assistance help us in organizing our yearly BFGTF. And the Kamsur Chamber of Commerce, who now sponsors our booth. Thank you very much, Kamsur Chamber of Commerce. Salamat po. This is a big cost for us. Malaking kabawasan sa cost ng pag-organize ng trade fair ang pag-sponsor ng Kamsur Chamber of Commerce for the booth. And the province of Camarines Sur also, and Julia Advertising, who will help us promote the fair. And of course, we acknowledge today, just as we are doing our press con, ang presence po ng ating media partners and friends. You are very important for us in order to promote this event. Malaking tulong sa ating mga MSMEs, and we are campaigning for support from our shoppers, the buying public, so that they can patronize the products of our MSMEs. And because of the media, because of the press, people will know about this event. So maraming salamat po sa ating media friends. Towards the end, we would like to say that through the years, we are true to our vision and mission. The vision and the mission to promote integral development by alleviating poverty through entrepreneurship. So this is the commitment of the Archdiocese through Caritas Caceres with the help of our partner, Department of Trade and Industry, and the rest of our partners and sponsors. So maraming salamat po. And the objectives, through the years, we've been looking at the objectives, whether we are hitting or fulfilling our objectives. And I believe that with the help of everyone, we are able to attain the objectives of BFGTF. Yung pag-revive po ang pag-sustain ng trade fair na sinimulan ni Bishop Gainza. And the second and the third are connected as an avenue for poverty alleviation. And every year, we see that the event is able to generate income for our exhibitors, mainly, and all the other stakeholders. And of course, this event conducts activities that capacitate our MSMEs. So far, we believe that, and we are confident that we are able to attain our objectives with all your help. Okay? So, as an example, we see here, from 2010, with 62 entrepreneurs, that time, we were able to generate 5.4 million in sales with a daily average of almost 500,000. In 2019, before the pandemic, we reached as much as 12.07 million. So yan na po ang na-generate ng BFGTF in favor of our MSMEs. Some people think that the millions that we generate, it's as if kita ng organizers. Hindi po. I would like to clarify that the income is from the collective income of the MSMEs, of our exhibitors. Daily, we monitor their sales. We have this daily monitoring sales form. And in the end, yan po ang ating total sales on the part of our exhibitors. And hopefully, at the end of BFGTF 2023, we will again hit the target kung pwedeng mas malampasan pa natin ang target na ng sales na yan. So again, with all your help. As one last note, one final note, we would like to promote our advocacy, which is Care for a Common Home, in consonance with the Laudato Si of Pope Francis. This is also advocated by the LGU Naga, that in this event of BFGTF 2023, we hope that there will be plastic waste reduction, and we can use the reusable beverage containers and utensils. We make use of eco-friendly decorations, and likewise the reusable plates and utensils. We will strongly recommend to our exhibitors to be conscious of waste reduction, especially the single-use plastic. So, ayan po. And the rest, yung sabi ni Sir Jay na mga something new about BFGTF, later this will be presented. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Reverend Father Marcel Emmanuel Di Perial, for that informative and creative presentation about the BFGTF 2023. Sir Jiman, ano ba yung na-excite ka dun sa present ni Father? Ang gaganda ng mga events na mangyayari bukod sa mga exhibitors na pupunta sa atin sa September.
Ako ma'am, one of the thing that catches my attention siguro as one of the, kumbaga, suki of BFGTF all throughout this year is a Monday closing, di ba? Kasi everyone is really busy po talaga ng Sunday. And tama yung sinabi ni Father that some of the, kumbaga, mga turista na kasama natin, di ba, they're at home, they're at the church, and then bago man lang sila umuwi from all of the places in the Philippines or sa labas maman niya ng bansa, they still have the chance until 9 p.m. of Monday para mamili. So that's a great thing po about this year's BF GTF. How about you, ma'am? Siyempre, tinanong mo ako, tatanungin kita.
Siyempre. Siyempre, na-excite ako dun sa Search for Bicolpreneur 2023. Ano kayang mangyayari doon?
Yung ating mga activities, ano po, every day they have to look forward kada bisita nila sa BFGTF, there's something new na mangyayari. So, kung ako niyan, aaraw-arawin ko yan.
Yes, syempre.
Yes,
Pero
yes.
alam ko, abangan pa rin ng mga exhibitors yung Exhibitors Night.
Yes.
Diba?
Yan. Sobrang dami pong mangyayari. Not only for our buyers, for our exhibitors. Yan, lahat-lahat po tayo, lahat ng mga, even yung mga nasa mall, di ba? They get the chance to watch yung ating fluvial and of course ang ating translation live here sa LED natin.
Yes, meron tayong LED wall kung saan pwede silang manood kahit nandito sila sa live events na nangyayari sa labas as we celebrate the Peña Francia Festival.
Yes, tama. Pwede na pong tumira dito sa Robinsons. Pwede ba, Ma'am Tin? Pwede daw. Approve ng mall manager. Yan.
Pero meron kang rent. Disingin lang ka ni Ma'am Tin ng renta.
Yan lang. Sige po, uwi-uwi na lang muna po tayo. And with that, we will now be proceeding with our next event for this BFGTF conference. So we will be first having our MOA signing between Caritas Caceres Naga Incorporated, the Department of Trade and Industry, Camarines Sur, and also Robinsons Naga, and of course, with one of our partners, the Department of Agriculture, Region 5. So may I request the presence of PDJ, Father Mark, Ma'am Tin Dakiwag, and of course, Ma'am Adelisa Losa, our Chief of Agricultural Marketing Division, or AMAD, for DA for our MOA signing. So we'll be having 2 MOA signing po. But first, we'll be having first the DA MOA signing. Ano po? And then after, to be followed po yan ng ating MOA signing with CSCCI. Okay? Yung ating MOA would, of course, establish yung ating partnership, Ma'am Maricel, di ba? Para at
Yes.
least mas, kumbaga, pusog in terms of Bicol, yung ating
May
mga...
formality, yung
Yes.
kanilang pagkakasundo.
Oo.
Eh, itong event magiging successful because they are helping each other.
Yes, that is correct. And of course, syempre, as mentioned earlier by Father Mark, very thankful talaga po tayo sa DA for, of course, granting us a certain amount, di ba, para po ma-push through
Yes.
talaga yung ating event. Kasi yung BFGTF po is one of the biggest, I think the biggest
Yes.
trade fair in the region.
Yun ang pride natin.
yes.
Meron tayong ganitong event na napropromote ang lahat ng mga products ng ating mga kababayan dito sa Bicol and outside Bicol.
Yung mga products that they look forward sa ibang lugar, they get the chance to purchase it here, di ba?
And we see the creativity, lahat ng mga exhibitors, di ba?
Yes, that is correct po. So, once again, you are witnessing the MOA signing between Caritas Caceres Naga, the Department of Agriculture Region 5, the Department of Trade and Industry Camarines Sur, and of course, Robinsons Naga. All right, so I think the MOA is now signed between the different institutions and agencies. So a round of applause, please. And we will have a group photo op po for the first MOA signing. So kindly stand po for our MOA signing. And if you can hold po yung ating MOA. Yan.
Yan ang patunay.
Yan, na meron na tayong good partnership built
Yes.
for this afternoon. Thank you very much.
We now follow the MOA signing with the presence of the Caritas Caceres represented by Father Mark Rial, and for the DTI represented by PDJ and the CSCCI represented by the President Simon D. of Camarines Sur Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Yes, and of course, our Robinsons Mall manager, Ma'am Christina Dakiwa. Now, so we are now having the second MOA signing po between the 4 mentioned institutions and agencies. Ano po? yung ating Camarines Sur Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Very generous, ma'am, because all of the booths, di ba?
Yes,
Provided.
malaking tulong yun sa atin.
Oo.
During the ingress, kung saan nagsiset up yung ating exhibitors, meron na tayong mga gagamitin na yun ng mga booths na yon.
Yes. So, exciting kung anong mga MSMEs ang gagamit ng booth na meron tayo. Ano po? So, meron na tayong mga nakita kanina na mga nag-confirm na ng mga exhibitors natin. Meron tayong mga bago, marami tayong bago, meron tayong mga dati na, at marami rin pong mga inaabangan.
Oo naman.
Ano ba mga binibili mo, ma'am, for BFGTF usually?
Ako, mas gusto ko yung last year, yung binili ko, yung malunggay powder. Kasi ginagamit kasi, syempre, healthy tayo.
Yes,
So habang bago ka kakain ng rice, ibudbud mo muna yon. O meron ka ng kasamang
Interesting.
gulay.
So, hanapin mo natin yan this year. Kakaiba.
Yes. Ay, ikaw, sir, ano naman yung binibili mo pagka BFGTF?
Ano po marami.
Ang daming bag sigurong
Baka
dala-dala
kasi
mo
magselo si mga clients natin sa DTI. Pag hindi ko sinabing hindi ko sila binilhan.
Yes,
So, abangan nyo na lang po yung bibilhin ko this year.
Kasi magla-live tour ka.
Oo, may live tour tayo.
Live tour tayo.
Yan. And yan, the MOA is now once again signed. So a round of applause, please, for the good partnership built. So at this point, we'll now be having our photo op for the MOA signing of CSCCI, DTI, Caritas Caceres, and Robinson's Naga. All right. Okay, lahat naman daw po, once again, we'll now be having a photo op together with Father Almo, our very Reverend Father Joseph Wilfred Almoneda, our Vicar General of Archdiocese of Caceres. Gilid na muna tayo, ma'am. Baka masali tayo.
Yes.
Alright, palakpakan naman po natin ang ating MOA signing and yan, of course, yung ating partnerships built for this afternoon. Go, Ma'am Maricel.
At this juncture, we may request Ms. Nene Losa, Chief of Agricultural Marketing Division, or AMAD, of the Department of Agriculture, Region 5, to deliver her words of support.
A round of applause, please.
Diyos Maraynal daw po sa Indogabos. May respect to Reverend Father, ano ba yun? Almoneda, and all the priests. Tinatawanan ako ni Father. May respect to all of you. To the DTI Provincial Director, Director J, good afternoon. To the Camarines Sur Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. D, and all the members and officers of the Camarines Sur Chamber of Commerce and Industry. My congratulations and thank you to all of you. To the members of the press, thank you for coming. To the mall manager, Ma'am Tin, good afternoon. In all the rest, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Ang Department of Agriculture is tasked for food security. Food security means food availability, food affordability, and food accessibility. So, in behalf of our Regional Executive Director, Del Tornilla, I'm expressing our full support to the Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. And I am very happy that this fair is 13 years na pala. Pwede nang lumakad na mag-isa. Diba? Diba? Siguro dapat pag-isipan natin. Pwede nang maglakad ng mag-isa. But anyway, ang Department of Agriculture, as I've said, is giving its full support in all the endeavors that the private sector is doing. The Department of Agriculture cannot do it alone. We need the private sector. In fact, on August 10, we have a business conference in Manila because we need the private sector to develop and achieve food security. So be assured of the support of DA. Actually, iniisip ko habang nagbabiyahe kami from the office, ano kaya, what is new? So na-discuss po what is new. Ano ang aabangan? Ano ang pinaka-aabangan sa Bishop Gainza Trade Fair? So natuwa ako, the single-use plastic, because I am an advocate of organic. So nandyan ang Pecuaria. So we will invite Pecuaria to be one of our exhibitors to show to the people that the Bicol is also advocating organic agriculture, and we will also promote, kung pwede lang, the non-use of plastic. Ano po? Because hindi po yan pwede sa organic. So, strongly, pinupush namin ang organic agriculture. Ano pa? So, hindi ko na po pagkahabaan. Parang may lakad pang iba. Nandito lang ang Department of Agriculture, and ang tagline po ng Department of Agriculture is masaganang agrikultura at maunlad na ekonomiya. Maraming salamat po and good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Nene. Yan. And of course, thank you very much po for of course, stating na full support po talaga ang DA in this year's BF-GTF. And I agree, Ma'am Maricel, no? Yung single-use plastic talaga.
Yes, oo nga eh. Kasi parang sana hindi mo interpret na ibang tao. Plastic po, yung literal.
Opo. Oo. Bawal po ang plastic. Ano po? Sa ating fair. So hopefully
Yes.
ma-implement natin siya.
Yes.
Although this is the first, I think this is the first time na talagang we are very open and kumbaga publicly talking about it.
Kailangan na talaga
Yes.
kasi kailangan nating alagaan ang ating kapaligiran. Siyempre.
Wow. Thank you very much, candidate. Ayan. Thank you very much, Ma'am Losa. And at this point po, of course, we will have another word of support, of course, from one of our very generous partner as well. Let us call in the President of Camarines Sur Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Ramon Simon D.
Good afternoon po, mga magaganda at saka guwapo lang dito ngayong hapon. Thank you to join the press conference 2023 ng Bishop Francisco Caceres III. Salamat sa ating kayo ngayon hapon. So, maganda ang nakasalita na kanina sa mga si Ma'am Nene and si PDJ and mga father. Lanito lang naman, wala naman ako ibang masasabi. Just lang anuhin sa mga betya, mga kapatid natin. Tapos ngayong hapon, pauwi natin, papakuntuhin natin sa mga family natin, mga kapatid natin, mga kaibigan natin. Ipasuputan natin Bishop Gainza Telefon sa September sa Pina-Francia. Camarines Chamber of Commerce is voice ng businessman sa Kamsod. Siyempre, masusupag kami yung mga MSMEs dito sa Camarines and sa Bicol. And please din, baking isang puso natin, tulungin natin sa mga micro and medium enterprises, businessman dito sa Kamsod and sa Bicol. Thank you very much po.
Thank you, Sir Simon, for that word of support. Our press conference will be incomplete without the message of hope should be the our Archbishop Rolly Torona, but unfortunately due to his conflict schedule, he can't make it. Pero andito yung mas magbibigay sa atin ng inspiration. So he sent another person to represent him. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vicar General of Archdiocese of Caceres, Very Reverend Father Joseph Wilfred Almoneda.
Digdi ko mataramta harani sa bass. Hindi mapuputol ang sound. Ang sa tuyang ginagalangan na PD kan Provincial Department Trade of Industry, Mr. J. Percival Ablan, si Sir Simon D., ang President kan Kamsur Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Ma'am Nene Losa, Chief Agricultural Marketing Assistance Division, na sabi niya, pwede nang maglakad mag-isa. Actually, Jesus would encourage partners. He sent His disciples by two with partners. So thank you po, Manlisa, for that encouraging advice. Pero we still need you. We still need each other. Ma'am Tin Dakiwag, our mall manager, Father Mark Emmanuel Real, our very own Executive Director of Caceres, Caritas Caceres and Chairman of Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair, Father Luisito Oxiano, Father Erwin Bismonte, Reverend Fathers present at this press conference, members and staff of Caritas Caceres and the Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair, agencies and business partners of Bishop Gainza Trade Fair, our CCCOM live streaming, Dadoy, and brothers and sisters in our media industry. Diyos maray na hapon po sa Indugabos, pinunan ang challenge si Ma'am Nene na itong pwede na maglakad mag-isa. Pero mag-iingat, dapat may kasama ka. No? I remember when, if you are going to picture that scene when Jesus was feeding thousands, 5,000 men, he was feeding them. They are hungry, not only physically, physical food, but also spiritual food. And pwede niya sabihin na, okay, God the Father, ibuhos mo na yung mana, ibuhos mo na yung grasya sa kanila, pakainin mo na sila like what happened in the desert during Moses' time. No? Yung mana, nahulog galing sa langit and then isa-isang nagpulot and kumain sila. They had their fill. Anong ginawa ni Jesus? He made use of the disciples. Partnership. He made use of the disciples. And you just imagine 5,000 men. Gaano kalaki ang 5,000 men to the point na it will reach the very last person doon sa dulo. Paano sasabihin yun? Kahit yung mga disciples, hindi rin kaya. Ang ginawa ni Jesus, after His miracle, gumawa siya ng maraming mga tinapay at isda, kakanin, ibinigay sa mga disciples. The disciples also gave to persons next to them, and those who received the food shared also to their neighbors. Yan ang maganda sa partnership. Yan ang maganda sa ano. And actually, it was the style of our Lord Jesus na pagkatapos ng ministry niya, binigyan na ng assignment yung disciples, turned to be the church na naging successors ng mga disciples. So, ibig sabihin, if you are the church, then you have this task to spread the good news. Pag sinabing spreading the good news, hindi lang yung by words, but also by action. Particularly like what we are doing here in the trade fair. And in this manner also, I'd like to thank directly to the brothers and sisters of our media industry. Kayo po ang makusugod sa indong parte sa pagbalangibog kaining trade fair. Of course, simple na broadcasting about this trade fair, people would listen, people would hear, and they would know that meron palang mangyayari sa September, from September 7 to September 18 na trade fair. And yung simple na broadcasting, that simple announcement helps yung mga exhibitors, plus mga shoppers and other people na nagkakaroon ng, well, yung mga kahirapan sa buhay. So, salamat na lang sa inyo, mga dear brothers and sisters in the media industry, and also, of course, the Caritas Caceres and the partners of the Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair. And here, in the name of the Archbishop, gusto kong pasalamatan kayo lahat and may congratulations to you all. Salamat po.
Thank you very much, Father Albo, for that wonderful message. And it truly inspires us to work joyfully at BFGTF 2023. Because we know that a lot of lives will be affected by this activity, especially po yung ating kapwa mga Bicolano. And now we have arrived to the exciting part or most awaited part of our media friends. We will now be having our question and answer portion or yung ating Q&A. So we'll hear questions from our media representatives to help us in disseminating the information to our regular and new customers. And of course, to all that is involved in the fair. So, go ma'am.
So we have provided a microphone in front of this stage where you, dear media men and women, can cite your questions to the organizers and to the partner institutions. So are we now ready? To make this Q&A activity run smoothly, kindly introduce yourself first and indicate the radio, TV station you represent. And if we have the vloggers we have invited, mention your page and your YouTube channel. And now, the question and answer portion now open.
Yeah, so we will first turn over our microphone po to our VIPs so they can answer po yung inyong questions.
Good afternoon. Oscar Esmenda po from BBS DWLP. 14 years. 14 years na rin pala akong balik-balik. Laging partner. Siguro suggestion na lang muna, Father. Provide mo ka yung mga radio station. Kung mayroon na nga ngayon, yung mga event para araw-araw nababanggit namin. Kasi ako, during my program, lagi ko yung pinabanggit. Yung pasunod-sunod ng program. So, halos nandun na yung yung mga itatanong ko sa diniscuss ni Father Mark. Yung ano ko na lang, doon sa, ano ba yung target natin ngayon na sales? Kasi mas expected, sabi nga ng Caceres, mas marami daw ang tao ngayong Piña Francia kasi lifted na yung COVID-19. So, magkano yung target ngayon ng sales ng mga yung magpa-participate? And na-excite ako doon sa sinabi ni PDJ na something new. Ano ba yung something new? Pero doon na muna, Father, sa yung target natin na sales ngayon taon.
Thank you po. Una, well taken yung suggestion. It's a good suggestion that the organizers will provide a list of the events. Although po, I must admit na yung iba doon sa namin, may tentative, may ipa-finalize pa na mga events. Although, karamihan doon, okay na rin na events. And not just event na entertainment, but even trainings na matututunan ng ating mga exhibitors and even some participants. As to the sales, the target sales, parang mas expertise yan ng aking co-organizer DTI, kaya siya ang sasagot ng tungkol sa target sales, PDJ, at yung pang something new. Ano, Sir Jay?
Thank you, Father. Actually, if you've noticed, yung 2019 is 12 million. So we would like to reach that 12 million for this year. Kasi I believe it's already normal. Hindi na siya yung new normal, di ba? Lifted na yung pandemic. So I believe more people will really flock to Naga City. So we have more potential buyers for our exhibitors during the trade fair. So we're confident that we can hit 12 million in this 12 days. Kumbaga, on the average, it's 1 million a day. So 12 million for the 12-day trade fair. So yung bago naman, if you've noticed, sa entrance of this area, may QR code. Kasi di ba, we're already in the digital age. So we would like to integrate in the operations, in the implementation of the fair, digitalization. So yung attendance sheet, mag-scan ka lang, and then online yung pag-fill up mo ng attendance sheet. This is the QR code I'm referring. So online na yung registration. And we're going to do the same thing during the opening of the Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair. So before the opening, you can already confirm your attendance para in time for the opening, hindi na yung magsusulat-sulat pa, di ba? Masyado yun, Stone Age. So we're now in the modern age, we're now in the digital age, so we will make use of the available technology to really facilitate a smooth conduct or staging of the fair. At the same time, may briefing kami sa MSMEs, so we would encourage, sabi ko nga kay Father, pwede bang it's a must? Kasi di ba, digital age, so we would like to encourage cashless payment transactions. So, dun sa mga booths, meron din QR code so that our buyers can buy or purchase their products from the exhibitors via cashless payment. Yung mga GCash. In fact, we have a local cashless payment platform, yung SukiPay. It was developed by a local entrepreneur, yung Bald Puppies, owned by Mr. Enrico Evangelista, one of the members of the Caceres Chamber of Commerce and Industry. So, there are a lot of good platforms to facilitate easy, smooth transactions. So, yun ang gagawin natin. At the same time, isa sa mga training activities that we're going to do is also to educate our MSMEs on digitalization. Kumbaga, kasi di ba, may mga apprehension lang and worries sometimes because of the less info or probably wrong info. So to correct that notion or whatever they have in mind, we will conduct training or a seminar on digitalization, specifically on cashless payment. So, yun ang mga bago. So, I think it was already mentioned by Father yung from 11 days to 12 days. Na-remember ko tuloy, September na, di ba? Parang 12 days of Christmas. So, 12 days. At the same time, yung 11 days to 12 days at cashless attendance sheet as well as cashless business transaction. So, yun ang mga bago. And abangan nyo rin yung mga showcase natin kasi during the South Luzon Area Business Conference, I believe we've witnessed the best of Bicol. But this time, we've witnessed the best of bamboo products. So we will going to showcase new product developed utilizing bamboo as a raw materials. But of course, it would be a mixed media with other raw mats, probably wood or even metal, something that will really elevate the kind of bamboo products that we have here, not only in Kamsur, but throughout Bicol. We've already coordinated with different DTI provinces, namely Sorsogon, Albay, and Cam Norte, and even as far as the 2 provinces. So we're going, all of the exhibitors, the buyers, spectators, and even the guests and devotees, we're going to see the newly developed bamboo products all over or coming from all over Bicol region. Okay.
Good afternoon, Father, Ma'am. Bong Villacruz po of Bicol Idol FM. And actually, the presentation is well said na. But my question is ano na lang, for the past 1 to 12 years, alam natin na pag sinabing Francisco or Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair, ibang-iba ang presentation ng trade fair na ito. And for this year, ano po ang thematic natin? Although reveal na ni Sir PD yung parang bamboo and alam mo, pag Peña Francia, iba ang presentation po natin with regards to exhibit. And magiging thematic so that ma-encourage natin yung mga listeners namin na go and shop to the Francisco Bishop Gainza because ito yung iba. And di ba, Father and PDJ, yung mga events natin, daily may mga sinushowcase kayong mga other yung mga talents of best or best of the mayroon pa ba for this year. And yan po ang sana mai-drum beat namin sa aming mga programs sa radio and TV.
Thank you, Bong. As to yung minimension mong thematic, siguro sa mga products yun, i-reserve ko na yun kay Sir Jay. Yung huli, I think you are referring to the presentations, events, side events in the evening, which we always do in order to draw crowds and to add more color entertainment sa fair venue. Ito pong ating Vicar General, in the past years, lagi po itong kasama dati sa ating singing priests. Pero parang nakakahiya na ngayon na kasi siya na ang right hand ng Archbishop kung papakantahin natin dyan sa... Well, depende kung okay pa. Anyways, we still have the seminarians night. Kanina na-mention yung exhibitors night. We still have singing priests. The events committee chair, Father Dex, is signaling to me. Meron pa ding a night for the singing priests. And we have invited also from other provinces, like yung Cam Norte. And we are in the process of inviting also the other provinces. May Camsur night din po tayo. Care of the governor of Camsur. And yung mga trainings pa din. Yan. Sir Jay, please.
Okay. Regarding the thematic, yung specify ko na, Father, this portion would be devoted for the bamboo. So, yung nasa gitna will be the showcase of bamboo, and then sa gilid would be the selling area for all the bamboo products. Kasi yung sa exhibit, para ma-maintain natin yung lifestyle setup, as well as the aesthetics, para laging maganda, hindi yun gagalawin. So yung sa gilid will be the selling area. And then the rest, yung kanilang distribution would be according to the organization. Kasi like the part of the Department of Agriculture, they want to be contained in one area. Yung LGU Naga naman, they would like to be in one area. As well as yung DTI, ganun din. So masyadong, close na close yung isa't isa ng mga clients. Yung mga group of farmers and entrepreneurs, assisted by DA, gusto nila, group rin sila. Yung group din na, specifically yung Grow Negosyo, assisted by City of Government of Naga, they would like also to be group as one. Yung sa DTI, ganun din. So, we would respect those mga groupings or classification para at least we could have a harmonized fare for everyone. At the same time, mag-add lang ako doon sa sinabi ni Father na during yung Capsule Day, kasi di ba, the Peña Francia is like a fiesta of Bicolandia. So, we've already coordinated with the different provinces to really showcase their heritage, their culture, either through dances, songs, something like that. So we would devote one day or one night for each of the province. Yung positive na parang Camp Norte and Camp Sur. So we're still coordinating with the rest of the provinces. And then, did I forget something, Father? Parang wala na. But this year, we have more exhibitors coming from outside Bicol. May nag-confirm na as far as Bohol. Kasi before the pandemic, marami talaga yan eh. Yung taga Palawan and marami sa Calabarzon area. And of course, majority pa rin all from Bicol region. But we're happy kasi hindi na lang nagkaka-interest yung mga taga Bicol. But even as far as Visayas, as mentioned by Father, as shown sa screen, may taga Cebu, may taga Cabanatuan. So, we're happy na, feeling ko nga, sabi ko kay Father, parang feeling ko we're holding a national trade fair. Di ba? So, sa mall manager natin, baka pwede nang expand pa yung area, no? Kung sana pwede, no? Kasi, baka 2 years or 3 years from now, we can double the number if given enough space, di ba? So we can probably explore other areas in Robinsons so that we could accommodate more exhibitors even as far as Mindanao, yung mga sa North Luzon, etc. So kasi marami nang nagkaka-interest na mga MSMEs coming from different parts of the country.
Magandang hapon, no? My name is Jolly Atole from radyo natin, Virac, Catanduanes. At the same time, chairman ng Pecuaria Development Cooperative. Tanong ko lang po, within 10 days, trade fair, may bayad po ba yung both? 12 days, magkano po ba? May bayad po ba yung both? Kung meron man, magkano?
Tama talaga, hindi na mention doon sa presentation. In the past, we always include it in the presentation that ang booth po to be paid by the exhibitors, which we call the exhibitor's fee. Last year, we charged 8,000. That was after nag-recover pa ng pandemic. Ngayon, dinagdagan po natin ng 2,000. So it's 10,000 per booth as an exhibitor's fee. And this is for a total of 12 days. So, yeah. So yun po, 10,000 per booth.
Kumbaga, sabi ni Father, merong suggested retail price. So it's 10,000 for 12 days. So dumagdag yung fee, pero dumagdag rin yung number of days that they can showcase, sell their products.
Okay, good afternoon from CCCOM and Radio Caritas Marie po. Okay, si Crisel. Ano lang, in support din sa sa project na Inican Archdiocese of Caceres. Father Mark, nagtaon ng magandang idea po si Ma'am Losa. Gusto ko lang sigurong dadagdagan. Nahihiling ta po yung possibility na maybe several years from now, can we do it alone? Pero I don't know kung paano tayo i-carry out. Sabi ni Ma'am kasi, yung age 13, sa tao, parang nasa identity crisis pa po yan. Pero, pero diridipisil talaga yun, Ma'am, Ma'am Angelina. So, saro po yan sa concern ko. Number 2, paano po ta ginamit ang reference yung 2012, pre-pandemic, sa dapat maating what happened sa 2022 na bishop? Ano po ang naging performance niya as far as sales is concerned? Yan lang po sa magkapera sa mga ano ko. And then, part siguro din kang promotion. Can we do it siguro next time? Pwede po bang mag-suggest na parang sort of caravan? Pwede rin naman na maglibot na rin sa ibang lugar para iba lang ibog na pag September, we have Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. Maybe that can help din po. Salamat po, Father.
Yung tungkol po doon sa reference na 2012 performance, 2012 ba? No. Actually, yung sinasabing reference for the target sales, that's what you're referring to. Yung pre-pandemic 2019, actually it was so far the record-breaking sa aming sales. And then, the year after that, pandemic po, we did not hold a trade fair that time. And then, 2021, we had a scale down and very few lang. It was in another mall. And we only had more than 1 million that time for the total sales of our exhibitors. And then, when we resumed last year, 2022, since we were just recovering, even our exhibitors and even the public. Last year po, we had less than 10 million of sales. So, 9 million plus. Yun yung sales natin last year. Although medyo open na siya, pero hindi pa talaga fully, nalilift yung, yung ban sa pandemic. Yan. So, hopefully this time, since, free na tayo, hopefully, makabalik sa sales na yun. Ano pa yung... Hindi, tama yung sinasabi nyo na nasa identity crisis pa. And at the same time, backed by scriptures ni Father Almo na Jesus sent partners. And I remember the message of the Archbishop in the past trade fair that in not just in events like this, but even in the corporate world, we partner so that we can continue to carry on our mission. Yan po. As to the parameters of the partnership, maybe pwedeng magkaroon ng konting mga dyan, pagkakaiba. Pero definitely, we need one another as partners so that we can successfully hold events like this. Opo.
Ako, I believe in the saying, no man is an island. So, the more, the merrier.
Okay. Nakita kong dumating yung the chair of the religious affairs and trainings, si Father J. Gaite. Thank you for coming, Father J. we have another question.
Good afternoon po, Glenda Biaris, RPN Iriga. As mentioned po, 10,000 yung per booth. Ano po ito, sir? Kumbaga, kung sa broadcast, paid before broadcast. Ano po ito? Paid before display? Or ano po yung sizes ng booth? Pare-parehas lang ba siya? And example, exhibitor ako. Ano po ito? First come, first serve basis. Halimbawa, ako na una, nag-confirm ako, nagbayad na ako. Gusto ko, dyan sa part na yan, sa pwesto ito sa kanto. Kasi kumbaga, mas maganda yung place. So, i-consider po ba yung first come, first serve basis? Thank you.
Definitely yes. First come, first serve basis. So mas nauna ka, mas makakipili ka ng more strategic area. At the same time, yung booth, ang size niya para-pareho, 2 by 2. So that's 2 meter by 2 meter. And then, ang entitlements, meron na siyang signage, yung pangalan niya, and may outlet para kung may mga isasaksak, and of course, ilaw. At the same time, the chance and the privilege to showcase and sell his or her products for 12 days. And meron din kaming, part of the daily activities would be yung 2 days na devoted for the product demo, wherein yung exhibitors will have the chance to explain or introduce his or her company. At the same time, ma-promote yung mga products and services that they are offering for the taking of the shoppers and buyers and devotees of the Peña Francia.
Sir, pahabol lang po. Halimbawa po, exhibitor po ako. Di ako naka-avail ng first day. Na-late ako mga, halimbawa, first day, second day, 2 days, I mean, tapos wala bang bawas yung 10,000 per booth?
Actually, hindi pa namin na-experience na may nalilate. In fact, as of the moment, ilan na lang ba, Che? Wala na ba o 20 na lang? In fact, even we hold yung first meeting namin, before we held our first meeting rather, mayroon ng mga confirmed participants. In fact, yung provincial director of DTI Cam Norte, before we had our first meeting, tumawag na sa akin, Jay, paki-reserve naman ako ng 14 booths. And then yung ating regional director namin, kasi she's from the Visayas, biglang nag-message sa akin, paki-reserve yung Bohol, isa pa lang, pero I think they're coming in groups. Something like that. So, before kaming nag-hold ng meetings, marami nang nagko-confirm. So, it goes to show na known na mag-angat ng bangko. But, we're really happy to know na known na yung Bishop Francisco Gainza, not only in Bicol, but in other parts of the country.
And if I may add, meron po mga entrepreneurs na they're requesting not just 2 but even 3 booths. And yung 3 booths na yon, hindi namin pinayagan muna, nilimit lang muna namin to give chance to others. So, isa pero pag medyo mapilit, merong nakadalawa. Pero yung 3, hindi na po. And normally, yung isa mong tanong, normally, sana paid bago mag-ingress. Pero just in case may mga konting napag-uusapan naman. Pero case-to-case basis na lang po 'yan. And we do not really make any policy on that na okay kasi baka mamaya yan lahat na mag-utang utang na ang kanilang Anyways, but normally before ingress sana paid na sila. And doon sa sinasabi mong case na baka huli, di ba, I think, if I'm not mistaken, si Sir Jay, yung mga policies ng DTI sa pag-stage ng trade fair po, excuse me ma'am, yung instead na kulang ang babayaran, di ba dapat mag-ano pa sila, may multa? Imbes po na kulang ang bayad, magmumulta pa kasi may mga policies tayo na may mga late na because they're supposed to follow the policies na pagbukas ng mall, ayaw natin na may mga bakante dyan, may mga saradong booth. Meron po tayong mga policies sa ating exhibitors. Actually, that will be given during the orientation. So from start to finish, pagbukas ng mall, kailangan presentable na ang mga booths. Nandiyan na yung mga exhibitors. Kaya kung late sila, bakante yung booth nila, merong multa ang ano diyan, ang organizer. Minumultahan. Yung mga ganun po. Allow me to also inform everyone. Nakalimutan po nating isabi yon, pero another na we are reserving at least 2 booths for parishes. Kanina yung sabing yung exhibitor's fee, and we are giving us some kind of a special rate to our parishes because we are encouraging them to join. Yung mga parishes na mag-produce or mag-manufacture ng kanilang products. In fact, the parish of Father Erwin sa Himao Parish, meron silang i-showcase, and yon. Aside from showcasing products from parishes na produced ng parish, we are giving them special rate na hindi na kagaya nung same exhibitor's fee na 10,000. Pero secret na lang po yun. sa amin na lang kasi this is a church-organized fair, kaya yun po. And at the same time, we are doing that as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of Caritas Caceres, or the Social Action Ministry. So we want to promote the parishes and their products.
Maraming hapon tabi. Si Audi Consina po sa Partida Area. Nanotaran ko kaya, Father, sa mga organizer na kadakulang kita mga ipapahiling na mga produkto sa bilog na Bicol Region. Pero nanotaran ko po sa pag-urolay tangon yan, dahil tanggayaw tinataan yung promotion ng tourism. Dahil duman sa moya sa Partida Area, yaon sa moya ang mahiwas na pwedeng bisitahon kan mga turista, pero nahiling ko po na LGU presentasyon lang ang igawa. Kung manotaran po din do, ang sa moyang banawaaning San Jose, baka yun ang mag-break ang record sa Bicol Region ng pinakahalabang boulevard sa Talisay ay sa Camarines Norte, mas halaba po sa banawaaning San Jose. Dahil ang Camarines Norte guwang 7.5 kilometers, pero sa moya pigahaman po ang 30 kilometers na boulevard. Thank you po.
Actually po, I think itong si question ni Sir Odi, concerned dito sa mga LGUs, ano po, na may promote tinda ang tourism sa inda mga lugar. May mga surat po kita sa mga LGUs to get a booth or to showcase not just products, even services or anything na gusto nindang i-promote. Hopefully, kung nalimbawa, ano po, if you are promoting San Jose, the LGU San Jose, most welcome po sinda na mag-take ning booth and then i-showcase nila dyan through pictures and maybe brochures. Yan mga araw po kayan. And since the start of our trade fair before, igwamang talaga kitang mga inaapod na institutional exhibitors bago lang mong products. And services as well. So igwang mga institutions, igwang establishments na bako lang itong actual product anyaon dyan. Si mga pigo-promote po ninda services plus anything na gustong ma-promote pwede po sa satuyang mga booth.
Balikan ko lang, Father, yung 10,000 fries. Total, mga pari naman ang nasa likod ng trade fair. Pag hindi po kinaya ng co-op namin, ang 10,000, papasok na lang ako sa confess room. Hihingi ako ng tawad dun sa 10,000.
I just would like to emphasize na it's really no joke to hold a fair. It's costly and it's quite expensive. Kasi, di ba, it's 12 days. You have to pay a minimal fee sa Robinsons. Actually, friendly yung rate ng Robinsons. Thank you, Ate Tin. So, and then, because it's, ilan ba? 10? It starts at 10 o'clock, pero the men and women of Caritas are already here an hour before and an hour after it closes. So probably mga 12 hours. So of course, yung breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinner. So there's really cost in holding a fair. So actually yung mga fee po niyan, ano lang yan, ano nga yun? Break even, kumbaga. So pang break even lang. Kasi there was a time before we had the pandemic, I think umaabot na ng 13,000 to 15,000 yung sinisingil natin. Kaya lang, the church is really very considerate. In fact, last year 8,000, medyo tumaas naman kami ng konti. Kasi di ba, we have to consider the cost of holding a fair. So it's really no joke. Okay, so thank you.
Mahabo lang po, Father, and okay, ma'am and gentlemen. 13 years na po ang Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. Again, why do we have to support this undertaking of the Archdiocese of Caceres?
Parang, kung sa contestant tayo ng it's a tough question. Yes, we are encouraging and even campaigning for support, because this is not just an event for fun, for entertainment. This is an event that helps people. Sabi nga ng mission natin, this is towards poverty alleviation. And if I may explain doon sa poverty alleviation, we may not see poverty dyan sa fair na yan. Pero yung mga sumasali dyan, yung mga exhibitors, MSMEs, many of them are small entrepreneurs. And meron silang mga workers, meron silang mga dependents, meron silang mga suppliers also, and providers. So that this fair, this event has its, anong tawag ng kuyan dyan? Kumbaga domino or ripple effect. Hindi lang ito dyan sa event na yan. It goes beyond the walls of the fair venue. And because of that, when we generate income, the sales for our MSMEs, marami ding nabibenefit. Yan. As to the yung sinasabi tang poverty, yung mga nagsisell, mga nasa business, we may not see that dire poverty in them, pero may tinatawag tayong entrepreneurial poor, meaning poor that can generate business for themselves, so that this will lead to an improved quality of life for them. So yan po ang target na dyan sa mga nag-i-involve sa tuyang trade fair. Ma-raise, ma-improve ang quality of life kan sa tuyang mga exhibitors and their dependents and other stakeholders na connected sa SAINDA. Thank you.
Ako very simple lang yung answer ko dyan. Anything that would probably foster development and growth in the area is word of support, of all forms of support. That's why when the church approached us to help them organize a fair, talagang parang si Mama Mary nagsabing yes without any hesitation or any doubt. We said yes. Actually, I was part of the first fair. That time, ang nag-spearhead pa is si Father Wilmer, the Madrigal Foundation. Si Father Wilmer. So without any hesitation, we really started from scratch because, di ba, we knew for a fact that this is something noble. Something that would help not only the MSMEs but also, as mentioned by Father, yung poor. Kasi yung mga MSMEs, when they become big, when they become successful, they harm more people. And when MSMEs or the different business entities generate employment, it really creates a good impact in the community. Kasi di ba, more food, more purchasing capacities, it would mean more food on everyone's table. So, sabi namin, kaya nga for 13 years, tumagal ng ganito yung partnership ng DTI kasi we shared the same vision of really alleviating poverty. Kasi di ba ang government, innate yung mandate namin to really be of help in alleviating poverty. And in the case of DTI, we alleviate poverty through entrepreneurship. When we help a person to become an entrepreneur and it generates income for him or for her, parang natulungan mo na ma-alleviate din yung poverty. And all the more, pag naging successful siya, maraming employment na napoproduce and maraming good effects in the local economy. Not only that, yung unutilized materials or resources in the area are used for lucrative purposes. Imbes na nasasayang, nakatiwangwang, it becomes productive. So, yung entrepreneurship is really a lucrative and really a very rewarding ventures for any person who would like to be part of that sector. So, sabi ko nga, MSME development that would end poverty. Sabi ko, pareho yung vision. So, why not help the church, di ba?
All right. So, any more questions from our friends from media? Yan po. For our other guests also, baka may questions din po kayo. Meron po ba? For our Q&A? Okay. I think that's the end of our Q&A portion. Thank you very much po to our guests. Of course, sana po mas clear now yung ating, kumbaga, festivities and activities to be conducted during the fair. And of course, keep posted po sa ating Bishop Francisco Gainza Facebook account because some of the questions will be answered also there, especially po yung related about the programs and activities, yung ating mga trainings, also yung ating mga kakaibang mga pakulo for this year.
Yes, Sir Jiman. Dahil welcome po tayo to inquire using the Facebook page of Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair. So, at this moment,
this very moment, let us also remember Archbishop Leonardo Legazpi. He was very much part of the revival of the Francisco Gainza Trade Fair, and his death anniversary is today. Tamang-tama ang unyan ang sa tuyang ano. So we will remember him in our prayers. Thank you.
Okay. And as
Yes.
you were mentioning, Ma'am Maricel?
as I was mentioning earlier, we will do now the unveiling ceremony. May we invite Father Mark, PDJ, Ma'am Nene Luosa, Sir Ramon Simon D., and Very Reverend Father Joseph Wilfred Almoneda to be at the stage near, and Ma'am Christine or Ma'am Teen of the Robinsons Mall dito po.
Yes. You may,
sa
ano po, siguro sa aside
Apo.
for our unveiling. Yes po.
No.
Yan. So this is one of the digitalizations that we have.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Using our LED wall, we will reveal now.
Yes. So before we unveil the theme for this year's fair and as well as the official poster for BFGTF 2023, let us first look back to the years that have passed prior to this very important date. Alright. Bibitinin lang po namin kayo ng kaunti. Once again, our AVP. Once again, wait for a while.
Para mas
Yes,
lalong
live na live po
exciting.
kasi tayo this afternoon. Yan, ano po. So if you are on your Facebook account right now, you may share our live streaming po sa different social media accounts including the Archdiocese of Caceres, DTI Camarines Sur, Bishop Francisco Gainza, Caritas Caceres Naga, Naga City Government. Yan po, lahat po yung naka-live stream right now. And yan, looking forward po na makita yung mga photos ng ating friends from Navidia online. Yan. So for further announcement po, we'll be posting it on our official social media accounts. Of course, we would like to thank our friends from media na kasama po natin ngayong hapon. And of course, our guests, our very supportive CSCCI members, yung ating pong committee members.
Madya na sa Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. Mga produktong Bicol nun talagang magagayon. Sa Peña Francia Fiesta, may Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. Ang Bishop Gainza Trade Fair sa Peña Francia Fiesta, anduyugan ta. Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. Madya na sa Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. Mga produktong Bicol nun talagang magagayon. Sa Peña Francia Fiesta, may Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. Ang Bishop Gainza Trade Fair sa Peña Francia Fiesta, anduyugan ta. Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. Madya na sa Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. Mga produktong Bicol nun talagang magagayon. Sa Peña Francia Fiesta, may Bishop Gainza Trade Fair.
Department of Agriculture Bicol, the Department of Trade and Industry Camarines Sur, the Province of Comsur, Camarines Sur Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and Robinson's Naga proudly presents
the 13th Bishop Francisco Gainza Trade Fair. Our theme for this year is Kaiba si Maria, asin si Cristo, sa pagnegosyo, asin pag-asenso. BFGTF 2023 will be held from September 7 to 18, 2023 at the atrium of Robinson's Naga, Naga City.
Yes, see you here at Robinson's Naga. Maraming salamat po everyone for joining us. You may get this chance po to have a photo op already. Yan. Take your selfies. And then group picture po of everyone later after po ng ating mga guests. We can have a group photo op with everyone.
Bicol nun talagang magagayon. Sa Peña Francia Fiesta, may Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. Ang Bishop Gainza Trade Fair sa Peña Francia Fiesta, anduyugan ta. Anduyugan ta. Madya na sa Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. Mga produktong Bicol nun talagang magagayon. Sa Peña Francia Fiesta, may Bishop Gainza Trade Fair.
Now, can we have a photo op naman po with the organizers of BF GTF? And of course, our secretariat po will be approaching you or already have approached you para naman sa simple tokens natin. Request lang po, can we have a group photo of the organizing team for this? Yes, yung mga tangerine
The
people.
Tangerine team. Promoting the BFGTF, not the other product.
Babawasan po natin yung brightness. Of course, our designer for that is Ma'am Mavrin Romero. Mga ano po, tangerine. And of course, our guest.
Mga produktong Bicol nun talagang magagayon. Sa Peña Francia Fiesta, may Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. Ang Bishop Gainza Trade Fair sa Peña Francia Fiesta, anduyugan ta. Madya na sa Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. Mga produktong Bicol nun talagang magagayon. Sa Peña Francia Fiesta, may Bishop Gainza Trade Fair. Ang Bishop Gainza Trade Fair sa Peña Francia Fiesta, anduyugan ta. Madya na sa Bishop Gainza Trade Fair, mga produktong Bicol nun talagang magagayon. Sa Peña Francia Fiesta, may Bishop Gainza Trade Fair.